What's going on out there, y'all? I'm back with another quick clip of Welcome to the Franchise here. Just here to talk about the aftermath and the fallout of the All-Star weekend and what everyone's been talking about, how it can improve and get better as far as the league, as far as what leading up to the NBA All-Star weekend, what needs to change, what needs to go, and how this shit even got here in the first place. So I'm gonna tap into whose fault it is that this shit has gotten to this point, how we get here, and maybe talk about how to improve the shit or whatever some more. But I really just want to start with who I feel like is at fault and how we probably got here. Let me just start with who I believe is probably least at fault with how the All-Star weekend got to way that it is today, right? I'm gonna just start with, and like I said, least of all, whatever. But I'll start with the fans, right? As fans, we're all always complaining. There's always a gripe that we do have with a player or players or the teams or the commissioner or the product or whatever. And more times than not, rightfully so. There was a time before there was a lot of too much scoring. Okay, too much defense. Oh, we don't want to just see motherfuckers dunking and taking threes in the All-Star game. And it's like, yes, the fuck we do. We do want to see motherfuckers shooting threes and dunking in the All-Star game. But at the same time, we do still want to see that they care, they're showing effort, they want to be competitive. We do want to see best on best. We want to see them playing a game where they're really trying to show off why I'm better than you on the other side. And you know what I mean? Not just, we don't want to see y'all just out there just playing some bullshit ass practice pickup game. And that's what a lot of games have looked like, even a little bit during this weekend with the tournaments, both the Rising Stars, a couple of the games, not every single one, but the Rising Stars to the NBA All-Star Sunday game. With the tournament teams, it looked like they were just out there having a pickup practice game and shit. And motherfuckers don't really want to see that. Or we want to see some effort. We want to see you compete, but we still also want to see some entertaining shit as well. So I think that's what it is right there. That the fans, we complain about that. It's like, there's years where it's like, it's too much scoring. They're scoring too high. They're scoring too. No one's playing defense. Then it was, why are they playing so hard of a defense? And now, there's too many turnovers. We don't get to see any alleys, or we're not really seeing flash plays because they're playing too much defense now. I'm not here to watch defense. I'm not here to watch people shuffle and move their feet. So it is partly on us as the fans, I'll say. And then another factor to that too is the voting and everything too, the voting and the expectations. So it's like there was a time where it seemed like there were fans just on autopilot voting the household names that they've seen for the last 5 to 10 years. So you keep voting those guys in there because you're not paying attention to, you're not aware of some of the other stars on other teams, or maybe they've been a vet for a while and this is their first All-Star game, and you're like, nobody wants to see them because I don't know him like that, and they've been in the league for 5 years. Why the fuck should we see him? No, let's keep the people in and keep the names in that I'm used to watching, that I've been watching for a long time. So you got that going on with autopilot voting and expectations with the household names. And then another thing too is what do we want to see here as far as an All-Star? What is an All-Star to us as the fans, as the viewers? Is an All-Star just the person that is averaging the highest and the team has the highest records? Is that it? Or do we also want to see, guys that have never made it before, or they maybe only made one or two, but they're entertaining as fuck? Do we want to see entertaining players? Do we want to see a mixture of both? Where it's like, they got their team in the top 5 or top 4 seeding and they're entertaining as fuck to watch. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like kind of a case like a LaMelo Ball, where it's like their team is nowhere in contention, but this kid is amazing. He's putting up high numbers, and then when you watch him, it's must-see fucking TV. It's crazy as hell, and That's where you have opportunities for guys like a LaMelo, or in the future maybe a Paolo Banchero, to have an opportunity to have a slot on the All-Star team. And that's where you might see opportunities in the future as well for a Jalen Green or Amen Thompson. They got their team in the top 5 in the West right now, and they're pretty entertaining to watch. Amen Thompson hasn't put it all together quite yet, but he's gonna get there, and some other players as well on both coasts that you probably would like to see because they're more entertaining, and they're on a progression where there's players that are going from averaging maybe 12 points a game last season, where shot up to like 17, maybe 21 points per game, and other numbers across the stat board for them. And they're just more entertaining to watch. So what do we really want to see? What is really an all-star to us? Next, I'll go to the NBA commissioner and the agents and them motherfuckers for letting all these niggas just run around and team hop and click up and pick my best friends over, East versus West. Like, oh, okay, Team LeBron and Team Giannis, or this team and that team, and 4 teams and 3 teams. I'm just gonna pick all my best friends, and all the motherfuckers, like, telling niggas it's cool to click up and do that all the time. I put that on the NBA commissioner and the agents and shit, because what you're gonna allow in season is what you're gonna see when it's the biggest stage. Was one of them players said it this weekend, like, the NBA All-Star Weekend is like our Super Bowl. And it's like, it used to kind of seem like that, but this shit doesn't even fucking sniff the Super Bowl as far as the entertainment value, because it ain't shit. Y'all doing all of this shit during the season. You're allowing all this click up, or in the off season, mind you. The off season is really their Super Bowl, because that's when they can start doing their little meetings, secret meetings, and being cahoots with their friends and their agents to be like, yo, trade me over here, get me over here, and everything. So I gotta put the heavy blame on the NBA commissioners and the agents for that. Telling niggas it's cool to go rest up and call out. You don't have to play in season, so you don't have to play for the All-Star Weekend if you don't want to do that either. You don't got to do shit for real. Like, it don't matter. Protect your brand, protect the bag, protect the money. You know what I'm saying? Protect your businesses off the court and shit. You know what I mean? And if you look bad and they talking crazy about you in the media for never having any rings, and you've been in the league for 7 years and you only 26, 27, fuck it, man. Go click up with your best friend who already got a ring so you could win a couple too. Or go click up with your friends over here who ain't got rings and you ain't got a ring, and let's get a championship too. You know what I mean? Let's do that for y'all. So that shit has fucked up the game as well. NBA commissioner Adam Silver, you ain't got no backbone. For real. You let these niggas do whatever. You they friend and everything. And I'm not saying it's not bad to be collaborative and be collaborative and have a partnership with your players of the league and stuff, but it's kind of like you let them really walk all over you and everything. And shit, is there a new commissioner needed? Like, I don't know. But you got to put heavy blame on them. And then also with the commissioner, the new talent coming in, it's got to be better, and you got to be able to start molding some type of pipeline for new players coming in to have, a stronger mindset and stronger pride and wanting to be great, or wanting to contribute to a team, or wanting to carry the mantle of being a star in the league, to, carry their team or their franchise or the city they get drafted to somewhere. Not just a money grab, not just being like, well, we know you mad nice, we know you're a great talent, and all that, but we're just gonna give you the bag. We're just gonna give you the bag like you done something with your career, done something to turn this franchise around and shit. Like, I honestly think that's on the commissioner too, because when you got motherfuckers coming in and you're just like, oh yeah, he like 17, 18 and he's a phenom, blah 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 blah, and you letting them be all lotto picks, and then their first 2-3 years they a bust and shit, or they're just not playing like that. Because I was someone like Zion, I wouldn't call a bust, but he's just not playing, and he's a lotto pick, and he's this phenom and shit. And then you want all the other motherfuckers to follow suit and keep doing this one and done shit, one and done, and they not nowhere near ready for the league. And there's certain drafts I think that they have to have an evaluation when they're coming out. Give them a real evaluation. Like, yo, you mad nice, you got high potential, but your potential means nothing because I don't know what you're going to do when you get there at 18, 19 years old with millions of dollars, and you're supposed to be the one to turn a whole city around, a whole franchise around and shit. Some motherfuckers is not ready for that, and you need to tell them like, you have the potential of a lotto pick or a top 5 pick, but you're not that yet. You're probably more. You're gonna go from 15 and down. Do you want to go back to school or not? You should probably go back. You don't want to? Fine. Then this is what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get picked 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, maybe in the 20s, maybe in the second round. That way there's not a lot of expectation on you to do things overnight, and you could progress in the NBA while you're getting paid for your profession and everything, and learn to be a professional. And then you might fuck around if you really take it seriously. You're not just there for the bag, and you really have a sense of pride in being great. Maybe you'll be a star for a franchise or the franchise that drafted you, or you'll be great one day in this league, a talent that could be respected. But I don't think from the top down how the NBA works organizationally wise when it comes to that, I don't really think they're having those conversations like that. And I could be wrong, but I'm just saying that's why I put the blame at there, how shit has gotten to the way it is. Because, you see it, there's no rookie versus sophomore game anymore because it'd be a lot of busts or a lot of motherfuckers, you don't know what happened to them. They ain't shit. And even in those when they were good, there's a lot of motherfuckers that were on that team that you like after that, you didn't really see from them again or hear from them again. But it was only like 2 or 3 of those players on those rosters. It wasn't all of them, and that's why you got this rising star shit. You got to put in here with all these different teams and these young players because all the motherfuckers that was lotto you expected to be doing something with their careers, they ain't doing shit. So they're plucking out all these other guys from G League and role players from wherever the fuck. The next part of it I put the blame on, or who's at fault here and everything and how it got here is the money, of course, right? Which ties into the previous point. Motherfuckers getting rewarded with big bags and accolades that they don't really deserve or haven't really earned. They're getting those big bags and accolades like they're truly that great, and they haven't really made it to that yet. They haven't even made it to the playoffs, or two haven't even made it past the second round of the playoffs, or haven't even made it to a conference finals of the playoffs, and they're being rewarded as such. Getting these big superstar deals, big superstar admiration and appreciation and everything, and it doesn't really seem like they've earned that. And you're putting these accolades on their resume like first team NBA, second team NBA, all NBA, whatever, and all-star games and shit and whatever. And it's because it's just for another bonus check in their contract. That's all it is. Like, it's just another little bonus check. And okay, my agent negotiated this so that when we have to get a new deal, when we get traded to another team and negotiate a new deal or whatever, I should get paid for that because I was all NBA first team, or all NBA second team. That counts for something. Or all NBA third team. That counts for something. Or all of that stuff. It's just another bonus check. But you're not really doing it to be like, to have competitive pride in your name, or for it to actually rep on the court and reflect on the court and your competitive brand that shows on the court. It's not like that with these players all the time. I'm not saying all the players are like that, but it's just seeming like more and more a good amount of the players, that's what it's really for. It's just for a bonus check. Like, why the fuck you need a bonus check for an all-star game? What the fuck is that? The winners get $200K or what? Why the fuck do you need that shit? Which brings me to, of course, the biggest run of the blame is going to be the players. The players are the ones that at fault the biggest here, and I'll say all generations. Even the G Leaguers to the fucking rising star motherfuckers. Because it's like, why don't y'all want to raise your level of expectation for yourselves? Raise your level of expectation for yourself to get better in the game and to be a part of history and the legacy of the game and legacy of the league. Not just the money, not just getting the bag, not just getting the endorsements, Not just getting all the little brand deals with, social media and everything else off the court. Raise your mindset and your mentality. Raise your competitive brand. Just like, I want to be the best, or I'm the best guard here, or I'm the best guard that could average a triple double that this league has ever seen, or I'm the best on this coast, or I'm the best on that coast. So I'm gonna be the one that's gonna take this city. Nobody ever took OKC to the championship and won a championship series. Nobody ever took Minnesota to the championship and won a championship series. Nobody ever took New Orleans Pelicans to the championship and won a championship series. Mindsets like that, you know what I mean? And fuck trying to be too cool with all this all-star shit. Like, oh, nigga just trying hard. Nigga like trying too hard. Oh, nah, fuck that. You got it. Fuck all of that shit. Like, change your mindset. Raise your level of expectation. And where I come with that with the G Leaguers and the Rising Stars motherfuckers, I'm sure they feel a little bit pissed after this weekend too, hearing all the media and everyone say they shouldn't even been there. Nobody wants to watch them, this, that, whatever, including someone like me, my opinion as a fan. But raise your level of play then. Take your game to the next level then, so that motherfuckers can actually respect that. Oh, I want to see him be an all-star next year. I want to see him actually be on a roster next year and not average 18 minutes on the bench, not even 38 minutes on the bench, and coming at garbage time when they raise you up from the G League. Or if you're just a rising star, you average 8 minutes a game. Go in the off season in your workouts or whatever, or during the season when you're playing with the team, when you do get your minutes, and produce. Raise your game, raise your level. So that if you're stuck in limbo and you just keep getting selected for Rising Stars, you're like, fuck that. I'm trying to go from averaging 16 to averaging 23 so I could be an all-star. So we could get the motherfuckers that they used to watching all the time up out of there. And I'm here now to make this shit pop. Fuck trying to be too cool, being like, yo, I'm trying too hard. Raise your mindset and your mentality. And also think about your career strategy also. Think about where you want to see this thing heading. Like, do I just want to be someone just stuck in the middle, I'm just do this and just get a bag and that's it? Or do you want your name to be known? Do you want your brand to be known on the court so that it opens up shit off the court? Ain't that how it work? Because it looks like it's backwards a lot. It looks like that's the game plan, and that's the strategy and the textbook moves these days for these when they come in here. It's like, nah, get your name and your brand hot off the court and on socials and this and that or whatever else that you do, modeling gigs and fashion or whatever. And then motherfuckers will probably pay attention to me on the court when I'm playing for the Wizards or when I'm coming off the bench for the Warriors or this and that. And it's like, I don't know about that from the true fans. Do your work and get busy on the court and build up your brand on the court as a competitor and as a bowler and shit, and then we'll probably get more interested in you and whatever you got going on off the court. I feel like that's how it works 9 times out of 10 in every industry. Basketball, football, baseball, acting, whatever industry it is. It's like, damn, that motherfucker do his shit in his area. So when I see him do this, I'm interested in that shit. I want to see what he got going on here, because I came here because I seen his brand on the court. So now I'm interested in what he got, not the opposite. But that's just my little opinion right there on that, and that's why I feel like we got here with this NBA All-Star shit that everybody is definitely disappointed and up in arms about, to the point where you got fans to even the players now, to even other people saying they should just cancel the shit now, So that's how I think we got here, and that's why I think all the faults kind of lie there. But that's gonna wrap this quick clip up for me here with Welcome to the Franchise. Y'all out there, be easy.